All right, team, Zakaria Mohammed here, and let me tell you, I've stared down a fair few challenges in my time. Desolate wilderness, raging rivers, impenetrable jungles. But today we're tackling a different kind of beast, a man-made monster intertwined with the raw, untamed power of nature. We're talking about roads and bridges so extreme, so unforgiving, they test the very limits of human courage and engineering. These aren't your average Sunday drives. These are arteries of adrenaline carved into the flesh of the planet, often with little more than sheer grit and a prayer. Buckle up, adventurers. Today, we're taking you on a heart-pounding journey across the 30 most dangerous roads and bridges in the world. From dizzying heights to treacherous terrains, these paths are not for the faint of heart. We'll be exploring routes where one wrong move, one lapse in concentration could mean the difference between a thrilling story and a tragic end. These are places where the environment is king, constantly fighting back against our attempts to conquer it. This isn't just about showcasing danger, it's about respecting the immense forces at play and the incredible skill or perhaps sheer audacity of those who dare to traverse these routes. We'll see dizzying drops that will make your stomach churn, narrow passes where wing mirrors scrape rock, and conditions so extreme they'd make a seasoned explorer think twice. So, take a deep breath, steel your nerves, because this is going to be one wild ride. Let's get into it. First up, we're heading to Bolivia, to a road with a name that sends shivers down your spine. The North Yungas Road, more chillingly known as the Death Road. This isn't hyperbole, folks. This track has earned its terrifying reputation. Imagine a ribbon of gravel and dirt, barely wide enough for a single vehicle in many places, clinging precariously to the side of near-sheer cliffs that plummet hundreds, sometimes thousands of feet into the dense Amazon rainforest below. There are no guardrails here, no safety nets, just you, your vehicle, and a terrifying, unforgiving drop. The conditions are brutal. Heavy rain can turn this already treacherous path into a mudslide. Fog can roll in with little warning, reducing visibility to almost zero, and waterfalls cascade directly onto the road, making it slick and unpredictable. Local drivers, out of necessity, navigate this with a mixture of skill and blind faith, often passing each other on crumbling edges where the earth seems to dissolve into thin air. It's a constant battle against gravity and the elements, a place where your heart is permanently lodged in your throat. This is raw, untamed danger, a true test of nerve. Next, we journey to the Taihang Mountains in China to witness a marvel of human determination and a truly perilous passage, the Guoliang Tunnel Road. This isn't a road built by governments or large corporations. This tunnel, nearly a mile long, was hand-carved into the side of a sheer cliff face by a group of local villagers. Can you imagine the sheer audacity, the back-breaking labor? They chipped away at solid rock, inch by painstaking inch, armed with little more than hammers and chisels to connect their isolated village to the outside world. The result is a tunnel that's both an inspiration and an intimidating drive. It's dark, it's narrow, and it's punctuated by crudely cut windows, openings in the rock face that offer terrifying glimpses of the chasm below. These openings, while providing some light, also serve as a stark reminder of the sheer drop just inches away. Driving through here feels like you're navigating the innards of the mountain itself, a claustrophobic journey where the rock presses in on all sides. It's a testament to human will, but make no mistake, it's a dangerous place where rockfalls are a constant threat. Now let's brace ourselves for a different kind of extreme, the biting cold and desolate expanse of Alaska's Dalton Highway. This isn't just a road, it's a 414-mile lifeline through some of the most remote and unforgiving wilderness on Earth, stretching all the way to the Arctic Ocean. Forget tarmac and service stations every few miles. This is primarily a gravel beast, notorious for potholes the size of small animals, flying rocks that can shatter windshields, and of course the ever-present threat of ice. In winter, this highway transforms into a slick frozen corridor where temperatures plummet to unimaginable lows. Visibility can drop to near zero in whiteout blizzards, and help, if you get into trouble, can be hours, even days away. It's primarily used by truckers hauling essential supplies to the Prudhoe Bay oil fields, true titans of the road who battle treacherous conditions daily. For anyone else, it's a serious undertaking, requiring meticulous preparation, extra fuel, food, survival gear. This is a place where the cold doesn't just bite, it devours. For Chapter 4, we're heading down under to New Zealand's South Island to tackle the infamous Skipper's Canyon Road. Carved by hand by miners during the gold rush era of the 19th century, this narrow, winding track is a white-knuckle ride from start to finish. It's so treacherous that many rental car companies explicitly forbid you from taking their vehicles on it, and for good reason. The road is incredibly narrow. often just a single lane cut into the side of a sheer cliff face with a shot-over river roaring far below. There are no guardrails to speak of, just a terrifying drop into the abyss. Every turn is a blind corner, requiring drivers to honk and hope nothing is coming the other way. The surface is loose gravel, making traction a constant concern, and the drops are so precipitous they can make even seasoned thrill-seekers queasy. It's a journey back in time, a path that demands respect and unwavering concentration. One wrong move here, one moment of distraction, and the consequences are unthinkable. This road is a true test of skill and nerve, with breathtaking views that come at a very high price. Chapter 5. Our journey now takes us to the mighty Himalayas, to the Zodila Pass in India. This isn't just a road, it's a critical lifeline connecting Ladakh with the Kashmir Valley, but it's a lifeline fraught with extreme danger. Situated at an altitude of over 11,500 feet, Zodila Pass is a high mountain gauntlet that tests the mettle of every driver who dares to cross it. The road is narrow, often unpaved, and snakes its way along precipitous mountain slopes where landslides and rockfalls are a constant, deadly threat. The weather here is a formidable adversary. Heavy snowfall can close the pass for months on end, and even when open, conditions can change in an instant. Blizzards, dense fog and icy patches make an already treacherous journey even more terrifying. Vehicles, often overloaded trucks and buses, inch their way along, sometimes with their wheels mere inches from a sheer drop into the valley below. This pass is a stark reminder of nature's raw power in high-altitude environments, a place where survival often depends on a blend of experience, caution, and a healthy dose of luck. Chapter 6. We're staying in high-altitude territory, but this time we're tackling the Karakorum Highway, often dubbed the eighth wonder of the world. It's the highest paved international road on the planet, connecting Pakistan and China through some of the most rugged and spectacular mountain scenery imaginable. But with great beauty comes great peril. This highway is a monumental feat of engineering, but it's constantly battling the colossal forces of the Karakoram mountain range. Rockfalls are a frequent and deadly menace, with huge boulders sometimes crashing down onto the roadway without warning. Landslides can wipe out entire sections of the road, and the extreme weather conditions, from scorching summer heat to brutal winter cold and heavy snowfall, make it a challenge year-round. At altitudes often exceeding 15,000 feet, altitude sickness is a real concern for drivers and passengers alike. It's a journey that demands respect for the mountains, a place where human endeavor is dwarfed by the sheer scale and power of nature. Now we descend from the icy peaks to the tropical climes of Brazil, but the danger here is no less palpable. We're on the BR 116, a stretch of road grimly nicknamed Rodovia da Morte, the Highway of Death. This isn't about dizzying drops or alpine blizzards. The peril here is man-made, a deadly combination of poor road conditions, notoriously reckless driving, and a high volume of heavy truck traffic. It stretches for thousands of kilometers, a vital artery for Brazil's economy, but one that claims far too many lives. The surface can be riddled with potholes, visibility is often poor due to weather or smoke from roadside fires, and inadequate lighting makes night driving particularly hazardous. Add to this a culture of aggressive overtaking and drivers pushing themselves to the limit, and you have a recipe for disaster. It's a relentless, grueling drive where vigilance is paramount. The sheer number of accidents has led to its ominous nickname, a stark warning to anyone who travels it. This road is a sobering reminder that danger doesn't always lurk in the wild, but can be found on the well-trodden paths we create. We return to Pakistan, to a road that leads to a place of breathtaking beauty. But the journey itself is the stuff of nightmares. The Fairy Meadows Road. This isn't a highway. It's a narrow, unpaved and unstable track just over 10 miles long that clings precariously to the side of Nanga Parbat, the 9th highest mountain in the world. There are no guardrails, absolutely nothing between your vehicle and a sheer, terrifying drop of thousands of feet. This track is so rough and unstable that it's only navigable by specially adapted local jeeps driven by people with nerves of steel and an intimate knowledge of every treacherous twist and turn. The road is often barely wider than the jeep itself, with loose gravel and rocks that can shift without warning. One wrong move, one misjudgment of the edge, and it's a one-way ticket to oblivion. The destination Fairy Meadows is an idyllic alpine pasture, but getting there requires you to confront one of the most hair-raising drives on the planet. It's a true test of courage, where the reward is matched only by the risk. Our next perilous passage takes us to the Philippines, to the Hima Highway. This is one of the highest altitude highways in the country, cutting through the Cordillera Central Mountain Range. While it offers stunning vistas of terraced rice paddies and verdant mountains, it's also notorious for its treacherous conditions, primarily landslides and persistent, vision-obscuring fog. This road demands constant vigilance and a healthy respect for the volatile tropical environment. During the rainy season, which can last for months, the Hima Highway becomes a slippery, unpredictable beast. Hillsides, saturated with water, can give way without warning, sending tons of mud and debris crashing onto the roadway, sometimes sweeping vehicles away. Even in drier periods, fog can roll in with startling speed, reducing visibility to mere feet, making navigation incredibly difficult, especially with the road's many sharp turns and steep gradients. It's a crucial route for local communities, but one that is constantly at the mercy of the elements, a beautiful but dangerous lifeline. We're venturing back into high-altitude territory to the formidable Sichuan-Tibet Highway in China. This is a road of epic proportions, stretching over 1,300 miles and climbing through some of the most challenging and geologically active terrain on Earth. It's a journey of breathtaking beauty, passing snow-capped peaks, deep gorges and remote monasteries, but it's also a journey fraught with constant danger. Avalanches and rock slides are a common occurrence, particularly during seasonal thaws or heavy rains. The sheer altitude, often exceeding 13,000 to 16,000 feet, poses a significant risk of altitude sickness for those unacclimatized. The road surface can vary wildly from paved sections to rough, unmaintained tracks, and weather conditions can shift dramatically, from bright sunshine to sudden blizzards. It's a long, arduous journey that tests vehicles and drivers to their limits. This highway is a testament to China's engineering prowess, but it remains a wild and untamed route where nature still holds the upper hand, demanding utmost caution and respect from all who travel it. Let's journey to Europe, to the Italian Alps, and a road steeped in history and danger, the Pubio Road, also known as the Strada della 52 Gallery or Road of 52 Tunnels. This incredible feat of military engineering was built during World War I, carved into the precipitous limestone cliffs of Mount Pubio. It was a strategic supply route for Italian soldiers, and its construction, under extreme conditions, was a monumental undertaking. Today, it's a popular, albeit perilous, route for hikers and adventurous cyclists. While primarily closed to motorized traffic now, its legacy of danger remains. The path is narrow, often with sheer, unguarded drops of hundreds of feet. The 52 tunnels, some short, others long and dark, burrow through the mountainside, often unlit and uneven underfoot. Rockfalls are a persistent threat, and the weather in the Dolomites can change rapidly, bringing fog, rain, or even snow, making the exposed sections incredibly treacherous. It's a hauntingly beautiful path, a memorial to human conflict and ingenuity, but one that still demands extreme caution and respect for its inherent dangers. We head to Taiwan to experience the stunning yet treacherous Tookco Gorge Road. This highway is carved directly through the towering marble cliffs of Tookco National Park, a breathtaking spectacle of natural beauty and audacious engineering. The road winds its way through narrow canyons, alongside a rushing river, and through numerous tunnels blasted out of solid rock. It's an incredibly popular tourist destination, but the beauty belies the constant underlying danger. The region is prone to earthquakes and typhoons, which can trigger devastating rockfalls and landslides. Sections of the road are often closed for repairs or due to immediate threats. Driving through, you're constantly aware of the immense weight of the mountains above you, with warning signs for falling rocks a common sight. The narrowness of the road in places, combined with heavy tourist bus traffic, adds another layer of complexity. It's a place where you are truly dwarfed by nature, a stunning but potentially lethal corridor through the heart of the mountains. Our adventure takes us to southern Africa, to the formidable Sanne Pass, which connects South Africa with the mountain kingdom of Lesotho. This isn't just a road, it's a rugged, unpaved beast that climbs to an altitude of over 9,400 feet, snaking its way up the steep escarpment of the Drakensberg Mountains. It's strictly a 4x4 only route, and for very good reason. The ascent is a series of tight, treacherous hairpin bends, loose rocks and gradients that will test the limits of any off-road vehicle and its driver. Weather conditions on Sanne Pass are notoriously unpredictable and can change in a heartbeat. Snow and ice can make the pass impassable, even in summer months, and heavy rains can turn the track into a slippery, muddy quagmire. The views from the top are absolutely spectacular, looking out over the Dragon's Back peaks. But earning that view means conquering a truly challenging and intimidating climb. Border formalities at the top, at the highest pub in Africa, feel like a reward for surviving the ascent. This pass is a raw, elemental driving experience. We're back in the Indian Himalayas, this time to tackle the legendary Manali Highway. This strategic military road, now a magnet for adventurous travelers, is a high-altitude epic, traversing some of the world's highest motorable passes. It's a journey of over 300 miles, typically taking 2 days, through a landscape that is as breathtakingly beautiful as it is brutally unforgiving. The road surface is a challenging mix of broken tarmac, gravel, and sometimes just plain dirt and rocks. The highway is only open for a few months each year, from around June to mid-October, when the snows have melted from the high passes like Rotang Pass, Baralacha La and Tanglang La, some soaring above 16,000 or even 17,000 feet. Unpredictable weather, including sudden snowstorms even in summer, landslides and glacial meltwater streams crossing the road are constant hazards. Acute mountain sickness is a serious risk. This isn't a drive for the faint-hearted. It's a true expedition that demands respect, preparation, and a vehicle in top condition. Prepare for a serpentine spectacle as we head to Romania, to the Transfagoras Highway. Built in the 1970s as a strategic military route across the southern Carpathian Mountains, this road is a masterpiece of twists, turns, and dramatic elevation changes. It's often hailed as one of the most spectacular driving roads in the world, but its beauty is matched by its potential dangers, especially when the unpredictable mountain weather rolls in. The road climbs to an altitude of over 6,700 feet, featuring long S-curves, sharp hairpin bends, steep descents, and numerous viaducts and tunnels, including Romania's longest road tunnel. Fog, heavy rain, and even early or late season snow can make the surface incredibly slippery and visibility poor. The sheer drops in places, often without substantial barriers, add to the thrill and the risk. It's a road that demands your full attention, a roller coaster carved into the mountains, offering incredible views but punishing any lapse in concentration. We're back in Italy, this time to conquer the legendary Stelvio Pass, one of the highest and most dramatic paved mountain passes in the European Alps. Located in the Ortler Alps, this road is an icon, famous for its seemingly endless series of hairpin bends, 48 of them on the northern ramp alone, that zigzag relentlessly up the mountainside. It's a challenge that attracts cyclists and motorists from all over the world, eager to test their skills against its formidable gradients and tight corners. Reaching an altitude of over 9,000 feet, the Stelvio Pass is subject to extreme weather conditions. Snow can fall even in summer, and the road is typically only open from late May or June until October. The sheer number of tight turns, often with little room for error and considerable traffic, makes it a demanding drive. The views are, of course, utterly breathtaking, but your eyes need to be glued to the road. This pass is a true test of precision, driving, and endurance, a coiled serpent waiting to catch out the unwary. Our journey now takes us to the dramatic landscapes of Norway, to a road with the name straight out of folklore Trollsteigen, meaning the Troll's Ladder. This serpentine mountain road is one of Norway's most famous tourist attractions, and for good reason. It's a masterpiece of engineering, clinging to the mountainside with a series of 11 hairpin bends that climb steeply up to the Stigrora Plateau, about 2,800 feet above sea level. The views of the surrounding mountains and the Stigfossen waterfall, which cascades down the mountainside next to the road, are simply awe-inspiring. But Trollsteigen is not without its perils. The road is narrow, and passing oncoming traffic, especially larger vehicles like tourist buses, can be a nerve-wracking experience. It's typically closed during late autumn and winter due to heavy snow and the risk of avalanches. Even in summer, fog and rain can reduce visibility and make the steep inclines and sharp turns particularly treacherous. The sheer drops at the edges of the road, often with minimal barriers, demand utmost caution and respect for this incredible yet intimidating mountain pass. We venture into the French Alps to scale the Col de la Bonnette. While often debated, a loop around the Cime de la Bonnette peak, just off the main pass, makes this one of the highest paved through roads in Europe, reaching an altitude of over 9,190 feet. This isn't just a drive, it's an ascent into a rarefied high alpine world where the air is thin and the views are utterly staggering, stretching across a panorama of rugged peaks. The road itself is a challenging climb, with numerous switchbacks, narrow sections, and steep gradients. The high altitude means weather conditions can be severe and change rapidly, with the risk of snow, ice, and fog even during the summer months when the pass is open. Rockfalls are also a concern on certain stretches. It's a popular route for cyclists looking for an extreme challenge, and for motorists it demands careful, precise driving and a good head for heights, as the drops in places are precipitous and often unguarded. Our alpine adventure continues in Switzerland as we tackle the historic Godard Pass. This has been a vital north-south route across the Alps for centuries, long before the modern Godard Road Tunnel and Godard Base Tunnel were constructed. The old pass road, particularly the cobblestone section known as the Tremola, offers a journey back in time, but it's a journey that still presents significant challenges to modern drivers. The Tremola section, with its tight hairpin bends paved in uneven granite cobbles, can be incredibly slippery when wet, which is often the case in these high mountains. The pass reaches an altitude of nearly 7,000 feet, and like all high alpine routes, it's subject to unpredictable weather, including fog, heavy rain, and early or late season snow. While the newer road offers an easier passage, the old Godard Pass road is a testament to historic engineering and a thrilling, if demanding, drive that requires skill and respect for its heritage and its hazards. Let's swap the alpine chill for tropical humidity as we head to Maui, Hawaii, to navigate the legendary Hana Highway. This scenic route, stretching for about 64 miles along Maui's northeastern coast, is renowned for its lush rainforest scenery, countless waterfalls, and stunning ocean views. However, it's also infamous for its incredibly winding nature, boasting over 600 curves and more than 50 narrow, often one-lane bridges. This is not a road for those in a hurry. The sheer number of blind corners, the narrowness of the road, and the frequent need to yield to oncoming traffic make it a mentally taxing drive. Heavy rainfall, common in this tropical environment, can make the road surface slick and lead to localized flooding or small landslides. While the speed limit is low, the constant twisting and turning, combined with the distraction of the breathtaking scenery, requires unwavering concentration. It's a journey where patience is key, and an appreciation for the raw beauty of the island is your reward for navigating its challenging path. We return to Norway, but this time to its wild western coast, to experience the Atlantic Ocean Road, or Atlanterhavsveien. This isn't a mountain pass, but a unique 5.2-mile stretch of road that hops across an archipelago of small islands and skerries, connected by a series of 8 spectacular bridges. It's an architectural marvel, offering breathtaking views of the open sea, but it's also a road that faces the full fury of the North Atlantic. During storms, huge waves can crash over the road and its bridges, sending plumes of spray high into the air and making driving incredibly hazardous, if not impossible. The Storseisundet Bridge, the longest and most famous, has a dramatic curve that can create optical illusions, appearing to drop off into the sea from certain angles. Strong winds are a constant factor here, and the weather can change with alarming speed. It's a stunning drive in calm conditions, but when the Atlantic rages, it becomes a truly wild and dangerous place. Our journey takes us to the rugged interior of Greece, to a lesser-known but incredibly treacherous route, the Patopulo Perikiaki Road. This is not a major highway, it's a challenging, often unpaved track that winds its way through the mountainous Agrafa region. It's characterized by its narrowness, steep gradients, numerous hairpin turns, and, most alarmingly, a distinct lack of guardrails on sections with precipitous drops into deep ravines. This road is a true test of a driver's nerve and a vehicle's capability. The surface can be loose gravel, dirt, or potholed asphalt, making traction unpredictable. Landslides are a risk, especially after heavy rains, and local shepherds with their flocks can present unexpected obstacles. It's a remote and isolated route where help might be a long way off if you encounter problems. The views of the wild, unspoiled Greek countryside are stunning, but they come at the price of navigating a truly perilous and demanding track. We now head to Turkey, to a road that consistently ranks among the most dangerous in the world, the D915 Bayburt Road. Particularly the section near the Soganli Dagi, this road is an absolute monster. It features a terrifying series of 29 hairpin bends carved into a steep mountainside, many of which have no guardrails whatsoever. Just a sheer, unforgiving drop into the abyss below. This isn't for the inexperienced or the faint of heart. The road is often unpaved in its most challenging sections, consisting of loose gravel and dirt, making traction a serious concern, especially on the steep inclines and declines. It climbs to an altitude of over 6,500 feet and is frequently closed in winter due to heavy snowfall and ice. Even in good weather, fog can roll in, reducing visibility on these already perilous turns. This road was built by Russian soldiers in the early 20th century, and it remains a brutal, white-knuckle drive that demands extreme caution and flawless vehicle control. Our adventure takes us high into the Andes of Ecuador, to the road leading up the slopes of Kotapaci, one of the world's highest active volcanoes. This isn't a paved highway, it's a rugged, often deeply rutted and challenging track that winds its way through the starkly beautiful, high-altitude Paramo landscape towards the climber's refuge, situated at over 15,700 feet. Driving here is an expedition in itself, demanding a robust 4x4 vehicle and considerable off-road driving skill. The altitude alone is a major challenge, affecting both vehicle performance and human physiology. The weather on Cotopaxi is notoriously fickle, with strong winds, fog, rain, sleet, and even snow possible at any time of year. The volcanic soil can turn into a slippery, muddy mess after rain, and sections of the track can be incredibly steep and uneven. The ever-present backdrop of the magnificent ice-clad volcano serves as a constant reminder of the powerful natural forces at play in this awe-inspiring but perilous environment. We journey to Morocco to traverse the Titian Pass in the high Atlas Mountains. This historic road, connecting Marrakesh to Taroudant, is a stunning feat of engineering. Carved into the mountainsides in the 1920s and 30s, it climbs to an altitude of nearly 7,000 feet, offering breathtaking views, but it remains a narrow, winding and often perilous route, particularly on its southern descent. The road is characterized by its tight hairpin bends, sheer drops often without guardrails, and sections where the tarmac is crumbling or has given way to gravel. Rockfalls are a constant concern, and the road can be particularly treacherous after rain. Local drivers, familiar with its quirks, often navigate it at speeds that can be alarming to outsiders. It's a journey that requires intense concentration and a steady hand, rewarding those who brave it with incredible vistas of the rugged Atlas Range and a true sense of adventure. Now for a road that might seem tame compared to some of the giants we've tackled, but its reputation for danger is well earned. The A537, famously known as the Cat and Fiddle Road in England's Peak District. This stretch of tarmac is notorious for its high accident rate, particularly among motorcyclists, due to its series of sharp, often blind bends, steep gradients, and unpredictable moorland weather. It's a popular route for its scenic beauty, winding over bleakly beautiful high moorland. However, this beauty can be deceptive. Sudden fog, ice, even outside of deep winter, and strong crosswinds can catch drivers and riders unaware. The combination of challenging curves, high traffic volumes at peak times, and the temptation for some to push their limits has led to it being frequently cited as one of Britain's most dangerous roads. It's a stark reminder that danger isn't always about sheer drops or remote wilderness. It can be found on seemingly ordinary roads if respect and caution are not maintained. Our next stop is Japan, to a bridge that looks more like a theme park ride than a piece of public infrastructure, the Oshima Ohashi Bridge. This concrete marvel, connecting the cities of Matsue and Sakaminato, has gained internet fame for its incredibly steep-looking inclines. While photographs taken from specific angles can exaggerate its gradient, it is undeniably a very steep bridge, designed to allow ships to pass underneath. The bridge has a gradient of 6.1% on one side and 5.1% on the other, which, while not the steepest in the world, certainly feels dramatic when you're ascending or descending. For inexperienced drivers or in adverse weather conditions like strong winds or ice, it can be a genuinely challenging and intimidating experience. The height and the steepness create a unique driving sensation, almost like climbing a small mountain. It's a testament to innovative engineering, but one that still demands a careful approach from every driver. All right, folks, we're heading back to South America, into the majestic Andes Mountains to take on the Los Caracolis Pass, or as it's officially known, Paso de los Libertadores. This pass lies right on the border between Chile and Argentina. Now, Caracolis translates to snails in Spanish, which is a fitting name for the Chilean side of this pass. It's a relentless series of incredibly tight, steep hairpin bends that zigzag dramatically up the barren mountainside. There are about 29 of these switchbacks, all packed closely together, creating a truly dizzying spectacle. It's a major transport route, so you can expect to see a lot of heavy truck traffic, which makes navigating those tight turns even more challenging. The pass reaches an altitude of over 10,500 feet, and it's often closed in winter due to heavy snowfall and treacherous icy conditions. Even in summer, the weather can be unpredictable. The sheer number of sharp turns combined with the altitude and the potential for encountering large vehicles, makes this a demanding and potentially dangerous drive, requiring full concentration and respect for the mountain. Next up, our penultimate perilous path takes us back to the breathtaking landscapes of Norway, to the spectacular Lissubotan Road. This incredible road was initially built as an access route during the construction of the Chodan hydroelectric power station, and it's truly an engineering marvel that descends dramatically to the village of Lissubotan, nestled at the end of the Lissefjord. The road boasts no fewer than 27 hairpin bends, and most remarkably, a 1.1-kilometer-long tunnel that itself features 3 hairpin bends inside. Talk about a disorienting experience. The descent is steep and relentless, demanding excellent brake control and careful navigation of those tight turns. The views of the surrounding mountains and eventually the fjord are absolutely breathtaking, but the driver's attention must remain firmly on the road. Like many Norwegian mountain roads, it's typically only open during the summer months due to heavy snowfall. The combination of the numerous switchbacks and the unique twisting tunnel makes this a memorable and challenging drive, a thrilling plunge into the heart of fjord country. For our final and perhaps most chilling destination, we venture into the desolate expanse of far eastern Siberia to the Hima Highway, infamously known as the Road of Bones. This road stretches over 1,200 miles from Yakutsk to Magadan and was built by Gulag prisoners during Stalin's era. Its macabre nickname comes from the belief that the bones of those who perished during its construction were incorporated into its foundations. It's a route through one of the coldest inhabited regions on Earth. Driving the Road of Bones is an extreme undertaking. Large sections remain unpaved, turning into an impassable muddy quagmire during the short summer thaws, and a treacherous icy track during the long brutal winters, when temperatures can plummet below -50 degrees Celsius, that's -58 Fahrenheit. Dilapidated bridges, river crossings without bridges, and extreme remoteness, meaning help is days away, add to the peril. This isn't just a road, it's a journey into a bleak history and an unforgiving wilderness, a true test of human endurance and survival against unimaginable odds. And there you have it, folks, the 30 most dangerous roads and bridges in the world. What an incredible, heart-stopping journey it's been, right? From the terrifying drops of the Death Road in Bolivia to the icy, desolate expanse of Russia's Road of Bones. We've witnessed human ingenuity and sheer audacity pitted against the raw, untamed power of nature. These aren't just stretches of tarmac or gravel, they are lifelines, historic routes, and sometimes terrifying challenges that push vehicles and human courage to their absolute limits. Each one of these paths tells a story of ambition, of necessity, of survival. They remind us that even in our modern world, there are places where the journey itself is an immense adventure, fraught with risk, but often leading to sights and experiences that are truly unforgettable. It takes a special kind of spirit, a blend of skill, preparation, and perhaps a touch of madness to tackle these routes. They serve as a powerful testament to the wildness that still exists on our planet and the enduring human drive to explore and connect. So the big question is, after seeing all that, would you dare to drive on any of these? Which one got your pulse racing the most? Let us know in the comments below, share your thoughts, and perhaps your own experiences if you've been brave enough to tackle any of these giants. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more thrilling adventures as we continue to explore the most extreme corners of our incredible world. Stay safe out there and keep exploring.